I am slightly terrified because I've never been a really good public speaker myself. But thanks for coming. Wow, there's so many of you. This is the best thing about cosplay, I think. It's just there's loads of us, and I think the great part about cosplay is the community. There's so many of us, and we're all part of a giant community. I think that's what the best part is. We're all there to support one another, and we're all there just to basically geek out together. I think that's the best part about it. I mean, has anyone got like a personal reason why they love to cosplay? I want this to be a very interactive panel because I don't have a clue what to say. But give me an example, guys. Why do you cosplay? Let's see. Yeah.
No, what are you going to say now?
It's the friends you make whilst doing it.
Yes, the friends you make. That's definitely a good one. And I've met so many amazing people with cosplay. A lot of them are in this room as we speak. So I think how many people have made a best friend with cosplay? Yeah?
I have.
Yeah? Yeah?
What a crew.
Oh. Yeah, I think it definitely holds a special place in everybody's hearts. I mean, I don't know how many people here don't know what cosplay is. Because most of you tend to be cosplayers, but I knew there was a couple of people that asked me to go back to basics on what it is. Okay, yeah? Would you like me to do that? Right, back to basics? Okay. Okay, I know a lot of you know what cosplay is, but I'll just reiterate for a few people that don't know. Cosplay started in Japan thanks to the rise of anime and manga. People started dressing up as their favourite characters from these books or these series to show their appreciation for it. It was mainly a fandom thing to show how much they love the character. They also might aspire to be the character, they might relate to the character, they might be inspired by them, and make them want to be a better person. It can have all sorts of emotional and personal effects on you. And then it got big in America, and it went a long way from anime and manga, started becoming film characters, book characters, TV characters. Eventually it spanned out and it was endless. Like I've seen people at conventions doing, I don't know, cereal box characters, and I saw the green giant from the Sweet One ad once. I thought that was quite amazing. But it's mainly, it's gone from, although the basic principle is definitely still there, cosplay tends to be about appreciation for something that you love, like a particular character or series. It also has a lot of different stems now, like lots of different reasons why people love to do it. I think that's what makes it such a broad spectrum, and I think that's why it's getting so big in the UK now. It's finally hit the UK in the last few years, because this on display at the moment is videos from the biggest convention in the UK, which is MCM Expo in London.
Or the London Comic Con, as they've changed the name to.
Comic Con now, I know, because travel that way apparently. But I know that I went in 2010 in May, and the attendance was about 30,000 people. I went
40,000 at the May 10.
Was it May 10? Was it 40,000?
I was at that one. It was. I think it was about because I know Joe Granny Gertrude, and he told me it was about upwards of 40,000 people on the Saturday.
And what were the attendance numbers for the latest expo 2 weeks ago?
Twice that, I think.
It was like
nearly 90,000 people.
Yeah.
So that it has almost more than doubled in size. We are looking at triple digits next time for that kind of thing. So it's going to be amazing. And I think it's
May was like a record breaking.
This October was hell.
It was really.
I couldn't get inside the hall. It was that scary. But I think that's what's making it really amazing is that cosplay is getting really big now in the UK. And I think what people don't seem to realise is that it has people seem to think it's just something that's quite quick and pigeonholed, and I really hope people will open their minds and consider it themselves, because the one great thing about cosplay is that it's completely non-discriminative. Unless you're going to go around saying, oh, Naruto shouldn't be black and all that rubbish, which is really, really not encouraged in the cosplay world. You can cosplay whatever you want, regardless of age, gender, race, your background, anything. And cosplay is open to anybody and anything. And anyone that tells you otherwise, that you shouldn't be cosplaying your character because of any part of you isn't suitable for it, then just tell them to go stick it. Because I think that's the best part about it, is the freedom. And also, it has a lot of different places in other people's hearts in other ways. Like, going out on an example here, personally, I like to cosplay because I'm getting into film and special effects. I'm teaching myself at home with a bit of latex and tissue at the moment, but I'm going on a film course next year because I got into cosplay. I'm going on a special effects course run by Neil Gorton, who was apparently going to be a guest here today. We're crossing our fingers for that one.
He still might be, but we won't know until he turns up.
That's fair enough.
He's been that busy with projects we can't talk about.
That's fair enough, yeah. But for those of you who don't know, Neil Gorton is Doctor Who's primary makeup artist. He's responsible for pretty much everything you see in Doctor Who, the Silurians, the Sontarans, everything that's makeup related, he does. And he's also played a huge part in a lot of productions such as Hellboy and Lord of the Rings, that kind of thing. He's big news, and he's a UK-based makeup artist who runs a school. And because I got into cosplay about 3 years ago, people said, have you done makeup before? You must be a pro. I was like, no, I've never done it before. I said, this is your first time doing this? And this is what, I did this first time. They said, you should consider it as a career. And thanks to cosplay, I've now got a career path. So that's one reason I love doing it. But a lot of people have other reasons too. Like, I've seen so many people go from, particularly introverts, they've gone from being quite shy and not having many friends, not knowing how to talk to people. But because cosplay invites you to express yourself and your passions, they go from being all shy and not having many people to talk to having an entire hall full of people, an entire community, an entire world even. And I think that's really important. I mean, how many of you owe cosplay to meeting the friends that you have now? Yeah? Yeah? I think we shouldn't really forget that value, to be honest. I think that's one. That's why cosplay is definitely needs to get more recognition as an accepted thing. Well, not accepted. That sounds just a normal thing, as normal as it can be when you're on the tube, completely dressed in blue spandex, which is what I do. I tend to scare children, but. I don't know, has anyone else got a thick reason that cosplay holds a special place in their hearts besides making friends and maybe the fact that they want to do it for a career like me? Anyone else? Yeah?
Like, for me, it's like just another way to express my love of a character or a show. Like, because I'm the kind of person that writes fanfiction and does fan art and all that kind of thing. So cosplay is like another thing, just another route where I can be like, yes, I love this character and you should too, and this is why.
Yeah, I remember reading a quote by Simon Pegg that being a geek is extremely liberating because it basically means you're free to express about something that you like without people going, oh, you like that? It's like, yeah, what? I think that's one thing that a lot, like, as far as the geek culture went, you were looked down upon because you were so expressive and passionate about something. And I think that's horrible. The fact that people go, oh, you like something, oh, go you. It's like, well, yes, people like stuff. And if we're not allowed to express ourselves about that, then why do we even have stuff that we like?
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that cosplay is really important about, is showing what you love. I think, and just don't lose it, like, yes?
Yeah, I started cosplay well, it was sometime last century, some decades last century, but I like making stuff.
Yeah. That's a really good point, actually. Yeah.
I like making stuff. I like making props. I mean, okay, I bought the jacket, but the buttons are store-bought ones with foam metal edge.
Yeah, you definitely hit a really, really good point there.
And my partner does electronics as a hobby. We've got a 3D printer.
Yeah.
So the whole way of actually building something that looks good.
It's a sense of achievement, isn't it?
Yeah, it's doing the
Craft
details.
aspect of it.
I think when it comes right down to what it actually is classified as, I think you've got a very good point there. Cosplay may be a community thing that brings people together, but one thing it's also ultimately is a great creativity hobby and also an art form. To be honest, the stuff. I mean, you've seen what's on display here. People make this in their bedrooms and their garages, and then they come and they just wear it, and it's like there's props designers that have been picked out from crowds and this kind of thing, and they now work for film companies, that kind of thing. And even then, even if you're not hoping to make it a career, how many of you like drawing? How many of you like painting? How many of you like making stuff with clay? That kind of thing. Yes. And a lot of people, I mean, cosplay isn't just limited to people who can make their own costumes, by all means. Cosplay costumes are available to buy fully ready-made to go and stuff. And that, again, is still very much part of the world. But a lot of it, but people love to make themselves and love to know that they can walk into a cosplay convention and say, yeah, I made this. And it gives them a really good sense of achievement and makes them really, really feel good about themselves. It's the same as any other creative hobby. You paint an amazing painting, and you're really proud of what you did. You make something, you sew something, you sculpt something, and it's all about that lovely sense of achievement you get when you make something that you did with your own hands in your own spare time. And the best part about cosplay is it's quite unconventional when it comes to creativity because it makes you challenge your imagination. Like, how can I achieve this? How can I make this look like this? How can I get this effect? Like, I don't know, I've made clothes look old and same. I just don't dabbing tea bags everywhere and that kind of thing. I mean, anyone else got any like little awesome tips that they did once? This is all, this was made out of about 3,000 nail beads I stuck on by myself. Wow. all hand stuck on with nail glue, then eventually super glue, and then I eventually started using Pritt stick when I ran out, which is why it's falling to pieces. But you try and think, you look at a character and you think, how can I achieve that? How can I do this? And you try and think of smart ways around it. You see the character as like a sort of creative challenge, and it really gets your brain going. I mean,
it's an analytical hobby, because you do look at things and you sort of break it down, don't you?
Yeah, you think, some people look at a costume and say, I can't make that, there's so much stuff. But you look at what these people did here, some of this is probably made out of foam or cardboard, and they've just painted and sprayed it and done it in pieces, and that's the best part about it. You can sort of break it down and really use your brain as well as use your imagination. Yeah.
One of the most complex ones I ever did was the man down from
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Quite an old anime, but and she wore big shoulder pads, armor, crown braces,
An armor cosplay, yeah.
red boots, black trousers, purple shirt, and a black jacket, obviously. And it was like, I'm not going to make shoulder pads.
Yeah.
I ended up using knee protectors.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. You think of all these great little brilliant ideas.
And like you scrub them down, and you know you find out that hammerite is one of your best friends in those days, because you can paint it on smooth. It's got this lovely metallic glow to it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much more stuff around now.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, you don't need to have a lot of money either. If you're you can also really use your brain to try and do something on the cheap. Like I've got an avatar cosplay that you might have seen displayed up there a minute ago. And that was done 50 quid. That's not much for a cosplay. My tooth, it's not bad. It's cheaper than this. Well, the Tooth Fairy cosplay, you might have seen the green parrot thing with the wings. That cost me £200. That's feathers for you. Don't make costumes involving feathers unless you want to break the bank. But it all really depends on your own personal preference, really. I mean, my friend made this amazing Twilight Princess Link cosplay. And for the shield, her dad went rifling around looking for, I don't know, some plastic or perspex to use as a shield. He ended up finding some industrial gas pipe thing just dumped in the junkyard. And they moulded it down with a goddamn blowtorch. And then we tested a nail gun on it at point blank. Turns out her link shield, her high-limb shield, is now bulletproof. So this is the great part about cosplay as well, it's the stories you can share as well. Like the stories you end up making, like, yeah, my shield's actually bulletproof, and my avatar costume, it was my first cosplay actually, the first one I ever made. And I stood in the middle of the expo in the hotel just the night before my first expo saying, guys, I haven't painted my bodysuit yet, what are we going to do? I've got the paint, I can't paint it myself. I said, you put it on the bathroom, and they just sort of stood there painting me, and it was really horrible fabric paint that was really fumey. So we were up till about 4 AM in the morning, until on the morning of my first expo, I was being painted by these two women where I'm stood like this in the spandex clothes. Like, this is a really weird scenario to walk in on. I'm getting pretty high at the moment as well. I picked it out. But I think as long as people don't take it too seriously as well, because although I like to go all out and make sure costumes look amazing, and I slave over them, I think one thing that is really crucial, you don't lose sight of the fact that why you're doing this is fun. That's the best part about it, it's fun. And I also had someone message me the other day on my page, my cosplay page, what is the difference between fancy dress and cosplay? I think the simple thing is, it's all about the fact that you want to be that character. You don't think, oh, I'll just go as a character I bought in a fancy dress shop because I'm doing it to be part of the theme. It's like, no, I love this character, I'm going to wear this character, and I'm going to be this character. I'm going to go around saying all their catchphrases and stuff like that. Or if you like me, I scaled the statue at Expo and did this awful battle cry and scared the crap out of people when I was an avatar. So I think that's the one thing that's a main thing about cosplay is art. I think that's what makes it different to fancy dress, and what makes it so special to people is that people put their heart into it, and they also put a bit of their soul into it too if they really want to go all out in the costume. And I think that's what makes cosplay a really worthwhile hobby, because it makes you proud of what you like, it makes you proud of what you can achieve, and it makes you proud to be part of the community, because you're part of one of the most amazing communities out there.
Sorry, someone ordered a lasagna. My apologies.
Who got hungry? Right, I've run dry. Anyone else want to share a story?
Another thing with, well, I know almost all the cosplay I've seen there is anime based or movie based, but with steampunk becoming sort of being a thing, plumbing fixtures are your best friend. They are cheap. They are made of brass. They look shiny.
Actually, I've thought about that part of things as well. It's not just about a character that's already pre-made. You can take a character and you can gender bend it, or you can take a character and you can add your own twist on it. And that's another thing. It really invites your imagination, that side of things. Anyone done a gender bend cosplay before? They've done a character that's a different gender? Yeah? Or they've actually taken a character and made it a different gender and redesigned it their own way? Yeah? Sorry, you had a question?
Yeah, you know you said that cost you around 50 quid.
Yeah.
This cost under 20 quid because I just found an old mop outside my dad's flat and just cut it in half and put some cardboard on it to make it pain. But when Sherry Shops found a waistcoat and a blazer and some old trousers and I just...
Charity shops are your friends.
See, that's what I mean. That's the essence of it right there. I mean, look at it.
So we've got some old friends, so they're coat hanger tops and ties.
See, that's exactly like that. That's what I mean. That's the essence of cosplay right there. Come on, look at his regular cosplay, guys. Let's give him a clap. Thank you for sharing. All right, I've actually run out of things to say. I told you I was rubbish at public speaking. Oh yes, right. I did promise a zombie makeover. Has anyone got the time? Just because I know there's a book launch and I don't want to overrun his.
You've got at least. Well, the book launch isn't until 2 and it's only 1:20 now, so there's plenty of time.
Okay, that's enough time actually. So actually I was going to do a zombie Facebook idea, wasn't I?
No, I'm not going to be volunteered for everything.
Somebody else
I was wondering if I could ask a trivia question. I will say this, it's messy, okay? It's completely harmless, and the blood is made out of organic materials, as it were. It's made out of flour, honey, red food colouring, and coffee. It does smell funky, and the latex does smell funky as well. So I don't want you to get fake blood in your costume and be like, no, I'm sorry, okay? So just a warning, it is messy. But what I will be doing is a simple cheek appliance with tissue paper, latex, my own fake blood, and a few lipsticks, and I'm going to make it look like your side of your cheek's been torn away and your teeth are showing. So that's what I've been training myself to do. So I don't know, shall I ask like a trivia question or should I get a volunteer? Yeah?
I have a vague feeling I've got pre-volunteered. I'm sure one of the organisers emailed me ahead of time
Yeah?
and said, do you mind if somebody makes you up as a zombie? It's
Oh,
a sort of
Wouldn't be the
email.
worst thing that's happened to your weekend, Pat.
Yeah, so
I mean, by all
Nobody else
means,
wants to go on.
after I've done the demo, I would be happy to offer like the resources, depending, because I haven't got that much with me, a couple of makeovers for people who actually like one, I don't know, for 4 quid, 5 quid or something like that. Because I've got bits and pieces on me at the moment, and I had to dash to Hobbycraft at 9 AM this morning to pick up my latex, because I realised I spilt mine. Okay, alright, I'm going to ask a question, and alright, because I'm a massive Avatar fan, and I'm going to ask, and I don't know many other people who are that crazy about it, if anyone can give me one word of Na'vi, I can give you a zombie makeup. Yeah? Sorry? Yeah, come on then. Now this part, it does take a while, guys, but if you want to stick around and watch it, by all means, please go ahead. I'd be flattered if you guys want to watch me do it. But since that's the cosplay side of things done for today, thank you so much for coming to listen to my babble. I really, really appreciate it. Really? I don't know. I have got a cosplay page. That was my cosplay, this was in swim a minute ago. My cosplay page is the Blue Girl Cosplay at the end of the Facebook address. So just Facebook//the Blue Girl Cosplay, all one word. And you can find me there, guys. Thank you so much for coming. If you want to stay and watch the zombie demonstration, by all means, stay, please. I need my hands to do this. it's ruined his like longest one over the last 3 years now. So. I've had it 3 years now, so there we go. You could see it.
Just shout.
And then probably everyone will just get more
When you need the towel, you would tell me. It does feel very sticky. You need that.
I probably just
I'm going to microphone it. Yes. Extra brush. Actually, it's tilted towards the audience show.
you've seen that sort of.
Did you just get feathered? Oh, I'm really sorry. Yeah, definitely.
Excuse me, is there anywhere I can put the bag? Like,
It's very juicy, so I'm sorry if you're confused, but dry.
any stores I can throw in there and
The best bit is probably to going back to the video that's quite quiet.
Yeah.
So obviously we've got the David Wade foot launch in here.
Yeah.
Best bet for you.
Alright, I'm gonna go find this.
How many of you are Attack on Titan fans? Okay.
Sorry, my hand couldn't
I have no idea what it's about because I haven't watched it. But I have seen
giant naked people.
Sold!
I've seen the character with the exposed teeth.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty good way of actually making it if you guys were interested. You'd have to go over the tops of the lips and on both sides of the cheek. And a little less gory, probably a little more neater than this because I'm just going to be very messy because this is a zombie. I don't think presentation's very important.
Presentation bad, brains good.
Number 7 for food. Food number 7. If it's going free, I'll have it.
I like what he does. People can get. That's the thing. It's true. I think a different torrent site, but and normally I download it, but since the torrent site went down, they've seen one episode of the new series. I've got the best techno with
Yeah, no money for bus, so good money for that.
Your best friend uses this trick. Want exposed teeth, false nails. Just a cheap packet. This cost me like 50p for this entire packet. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I go
Probably the wrong angle for this, but I've just zoomed in with the video camera.
Step that healing up on. Right, so that's the bottom half of the jaw done at the moment, so you can see the teeth start to come through, and then just do the top half, and then we're going to get bloody.
So did you start by doing... Alex, did you start by doing this on yourself then, this sort of...
Did I start by doing this on myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a mirror?
This whole thing is built up from me doing it all by myself, and then I schedule it.
And on average, how long does it take to do?
It used to take quite a while because I would be very attention to detail. But now I've gone down to a team that can do it nice and quick, which is exactly what they look for in this industry.
So obviously you start with the exposed cheek gourd, but you know, sort of, what do you think that, I said obviously you started by doing this sort of exposed cheek gore thing, but what do you think you would sort of build on that and do? I said obviously you started with the exposed cheek gore, but sort of how could you elaborate on that, and what would you do?
How can I make more? I can do more.
Yeah, so expand the sort of prostheses that you can do.
I could slit her throat.
I don't know if our public liability insurance will cover us for that.
Yeah, sorry, I might make the cost a bit messy.
Anya, you're looking better. Anya, you've already infected me. My cane shot from the zombie because you bit it.
Zombie cane. What's it doing? It's there good.
I love that
Robbie with his cage. So I guess
Oh, right. Yeah, he's gone to his room.
Yes.
Did you see the video?
Yes. Me and my friend are doing really sort of video projects. Basically, recreating sort of art. We're going to recreate sort of art online game. So we're blogging out. No, we're going to take it slow and steady. We're going to take it beyond bit. Have you seen that whole that thing you can fight awesome game you can get where it's got that and you control the ball I thought that was quite a bit.
That's just me picking up.
I'm just like, I'm trying to go for my eggs in the air.
Yeah, my cane just comes on the bike.
Yeah, I've been coming here for so I've been coming here since I came yeah, I'm saying tomorrow and then go home.
Can you explain my thing? This is
9 o'clock onwards, 9 till 10. This is for the app. 10p that I use to buy a drink.
Like
I've got one.
I want to go and come up with I'll be honest.
That's my dad right there. Am I there? No, you're right. It should be. Am I being crazy?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I have Bioshock into the water crossover.
That's my dad.
I see pictures of us having a game again for Christmas with the 3DS XL, one XR, game, 2 car sizes.
That's your dad.
I'm getting a bit too much of thing, yes. Don't even game.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah, that's me. Look right here. That's me right there. 2000. Look away, look back. I'm 13.
We're 13, there's no way you were 13.
He's 13. He is. It's scary because only last year he was and I'm trying to the fastest they can do. Don't touch it. I was 14 there.
Wait, on the video I'm sure it's going to make them short and I hate it. So we need to red hair and yeah. Some of my friends with that every time.
That's right.
I do 20. You guys think you can do that? What are we doing?
Don't shoot her. Because then you have to shoot my pain.
Yes,
as
how
well.
she did it.
She knows it's only just showing signs because she's not enough power.
So don't be flash. Well, let's just say
I don't know what's scary about that now. He is very positive.
that still doesn't have the resource. Doesn't mean that he's a bad guy. He's a murderer, but it's still what you say.
Yeah, I know that there are quite a few areas.
Plastic is all plastic. I got all these apart from that black one. Yeah, that was better. Give me my dice. That's my favourite. That's my favourite is I'm Robert Stevens. It's interesting just to look away and look back. It's interesting to look away and look back at like a minute later because then you get no colour. Solid big jump shoot. Bilbo's back.
He was there. The Bilbo was sat there all the time. He just put the ring on.
Yeah, exactly. I just figured. I like you.
Have you seen how Hobbit should have ended? She She stabbed me and bit my cane. She was asking for it.
He stabs everyone.
Guess what? I'm allowed to stay for the whole Lord of the Rings thing. Yes!
That's gonna be hard.
It's so exciting.
That's going to be a lot of caffeine consumed in there this evening.
Oh, you want to see me caffeine?
No, I was thinking more of the guy running it.
You ready?
I'm really good at bacon butties. Like midnight snack. Yelp on your face. The extended version altogether apparently 13 hours.
I haven't seen the extended version.
Have you not seen the extended version? Never. Good grief.
I'm only normal, I just watched the normal ones. But I've started reading the books now, so it's brilliant.
I'm looking forward to the next part of The Hobbit.
I get to do appetizer for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I started reading The Hobbit when I was
Yeah.
A little while ago.
Uh,
Well, I say little. More like 16 years ago. Is she looking suitably gruesome yet?
Almost at the fun part, and then that's stuff done.
there's a broom.
Oh wow.
Don't drink it, but it's not yours.
I'm gonna just show this.
Yeah, I've done the other one.
Chill out, man. Relax.
No, I was wearing Frodo at Con.
Yeah.
I wore Bilbo at MCM.
No, he doesn't need to.
Yeah, this is the lead one, because it was like, I haven't used it yet, so let's make it. But we did. Yeah, like now for the best part.
See, that's
I made that last night. Yeah, she's like, I'm really good drawing.
Is anyone going to Longpond next
Really
week?
big one, Deb.
It's based in London.
There is only
Go
one.
to it. It's really cool.
Anybody order food?
I wish.
The honey keeps it nice and sticky, which makes it look good.
It's also.
So they had a shot. And also the flowers different.
Good job.
Blood is not very good. It clots.
I just saw Greg down there.
The red colour colour is so it's very good. The coffee is very good. It makes this awful brown colour. Who wants to see? If you get the thick blood, you can have a dress with the candy red stuff.
Oh yeah.
It has this candy
It's only red lip.
like red.
I know that's your girl.
More,
This stuff is very sticky and it does smell a bit funky because of the instant coffee powder in it. But
it keeps you awake though, that sort of fake blood does.
Maybe we should use it for snack.
Listen.
No.
Watch out.
Turn around there.
Watch out. Listen. Shall I tell you what I would do? Get an empty bottle and just shove Navi in it. Yeah. Listen. Watch out.
Gotta go down again. I can do
Okay,
I
no boy.
can perfectly say no.
My hand is out if I can. Everybody. I'm gonna cosplay.
I'm not under control of my hand right now.
Give him a cake. I know, because we don't work all day. Because I think Chris keeps bringing everyone to him. He said, you want to go get to like to him, so we'll go get on that line.
So just put sterling hyphen name.
And then I'll just like
This is why I don't like Japanese.
A lot of what's on there is also video game stuff as well. So it's not just anime. That's a lot of you've got video game references there and comic books as well.
The thing that you see is we try and
Can you cut? Can you?
and cosplay doesn't
Choosing a little, but
Could you come this way so we can get a good shot of it on the video camera?
So this is why you like thing.
I'm at full zoom, so you might have to walk over here a bit, but
That is really You bit my cane. Look, its skin is coming off. It's becoming a zombie.
oh, that's fantastic. That is.
I think a zombie man is
That is
cheap.
amazing.